So for us, one of the problems is there is a stigma attached to the enterprise developer. You know, it's the 9 to 5 person. They come in and they kind of do their work and they go home and they have a life outside of work. Crazy, right? But you know, what we like to look at startups and get inspiration for is for the attitude. It's the way in which you approach a problem. It's the fact that you don't get stuck in this silo like I come in and I write code and I go home and that's my job. I need to do everything that I need to do in order to fulfill a need that a customer has. And I think that's what startups are all about. They're about identifying a need and then attacking it, you know? So we look to the startup community kind of for that inspiration, and that's why we like to be part of Hype and everything else. So.
I mean, everything he said here, I'm sure would be echoed by the rest of everybody, but I think the bigger picture for us is we need to put Atlanta on the map. We need to attract the talent to come and work in Atlanta, stay in Atlanta, so that we can eventually, hopefully, hire people who don't afford to live on $20 a month and who are looking for health care. And we can offer that when the time comes for everybody. That Atlanta is right up there in the top 5 cities in the country where startups and technology is happening.
Yeah, so in our business, the automotive environment has really changed in the last just 2 years even. At CES this year, both GM and Ford announced an open SDK for developing applications on the head unit that actually run in the vehicle. So your car is actually becoming an accessory that you can write programs for, just like a cell phone or any other personal device. It's kind of a strange concept to think about, but because of that, we need to move into a more internet speed in our development and our way of thinking about this technology compared to a 3 or 4 year development cycle that we were in previously.
So my answer is a little bit different in that, you know, Barracuda spends a lot of our time focusing on security. And with security, you have a few different drivers. It's not just a question of what do your customers want, but it's also a question of what are the attackers doing. And so you also have to respond and predict what the attackers are going to do. And as new applications come online, they disrupt traditional security measures. Right? So, for example, you know, Twitter is one of the best breeding grounds for malware right now. You know, Facebook is one of the best breeding grounds for malware right now. And so we actually, as a security company, have to pay attention to what are the new technologies that startups are developing so that we can understand ways to protect those. And so as a security company, staying in tune to what's happening in the broader startup ecosystem is even more critical for us.